I'm Reggie Washington, and you're watching Society, HAE. Well, jazz means everything. Jazz is life for me. Been listening to jazz. I've been a part of jazz for pretty much most of my life. If all, it runs through me bones. You know, it's a language, the way we speak to each other. It's the same thing as far as the jazz idiom is concerned. It's knowing the language of this music and being free to speak and say pretty much anything you want to. There's many meeting great musicians in jazz legacy, meeting Dizzy Gillespie, meeting Reggie Washington, meeting so many others. I can't really go on, but being able to perform as a child with my brother on the stage, my mother, my father, all of these things are very strong. And they put me where I am. They made me what I am now. So I was around for the resurgence of hip hop in the 70s and the 80s. You know, we were hanging out in Queens, on South Road and Suffolk Boulevard, checking out Busy Bee and whatnot. And then there was folks in Sugar Hill Records with Doug Wimbush and Melly Mel, Reggie Wells. All these cats, man, are staples from New York. I was just around. I just heard it. I called myself a DJ. DJ Alexander. Oh God, I wasn't good, but I knew, I used to make mixtapes and stuff like that. But I played cello, and a lot of this stuff just was there, and I would hear different stuff. Oh man, I gotta use this part. It was just always around, so it was natural. That's a hard one. There's many. The immediate one, which I'm thinking is travel. It's very difficult when we have our instruments and we get I would like a little preferential treatment, going and it's very difficult. Other than that, just trying to make a living, doing what you love, it's being taken advantage of. Plus the arts in the world now are being cut because of arms, war, and it's not right. We're trying to convey love. The least we want is the respect that we need, what we deserve. It's good people get to see things instantly, but then that's also a problem because folks don't come out to the clubs like they used to. I started doing this in the early 80s, traveling and being a touring musician. People came, they went hours on the train in their car to come to a club and see a gig because it was the energy. Now you can look on YouTube and the next day stuff is there. This whole tour is on Facebook. It can be good, it can be very bad too because it polarizes people. People tend not to go out, and that's what we need. We need people to come and really experience this music. And it's not really good to get secondhand smoke from it. But we need people, We also need good music, which is sometimes at a premium nowadays. So that's why I's here. Oh man, I don't know what club that was that I went to. I think I was about 6 or 7 years old. My brother was playing there, and I met U.B. Blake, very famous stride piano player. It was probably in the 60s. Right at this moment, my music from my new CD called Freedom, we're going to release this in spring 2012. they're in constant rotation now because I'm mixing and I'm also mastering this CD. Um, this morning I heard Bobby Caldwell, "What You Gonna Do for Love." I like that too. I haven't heard it in 20 years. It was fun. You know, I didn't know about it. I was out on tour and I came back home and I was talking to my brother, who's a great jazz drummer, Reggie Washington. And he said, "Hey man, I hear you're doing Roy's new CD." I am. Really? Yeah, man. You better call him. So I called Roy, I called his manager up, and they said, "Well, hey man, what are you doing right now?" "Nothing, sitting in the house." He said, "Well, why don't you come down around 5-ish? "Okay, 5-ish. And got there, and I was in the studio for 5 or 6 days. It was wild. There was so many people coming in and out. It was actually magical. You know, Pino and Dee. We were in there for a couple of days with Anthony Hamilton. Erica came in while I was on the West Coast. Michelle was in before me. Michelle cello. Gene, Lake, who's back there, he was there. There were many musicians coming in over the period that I was there, and I think he stayed in the studio maybe 2 weeks. Special, very special. Sounds good too. Well, there's a horrible saying, jazz isn't dead, it just smells funny. We're trying to make this better for music as a whole, and I'm jazz-based as far as, you know, that's kind of cool, jazz-based. But I'm trying to keep it alive, and I think it's going to be okay. You know, we're going into some kind of transition now. I hope I can have something to do to resurrect and make things go into another level, into the next consciousness. At least, you know, I'm gonna try.